Welcome to Voice of the Water, a podcast dedicated to sharing Indigenous stories of resilience, beauty, and truth. Today's episode focuses on an inspiring young leader who has captured the attention of the world. Her name is Peltier, and her voice flows with the power of the very water she protects. Autumn is Anishinaabe from Wilkwemko First Nation on Manitoulin Island, Ontario. Her journey began when she was just 8 years old. While visiting a community with her mother, she saw a sign that said, "Don't drink the water." For many people in Canada, clean water is expected. But in that moment, Autumn realized that for Indigenous communities, it's a fight. In her culture, water is sacred. It has spirit. Women are its traditional guardians, and Autumn took that responsibility to heart. She was still a child, but she knew that silence was not an option. By the age of 12, Autumn stood before world leaders at the United Nations and said something that shook the entire room. "We can't eat money or drink oil." These words are simple, but they hold incredible weight. She was not just making a statement. She was challenging how we value life, nature, and Indigenous knowledge. In 2019, Autumn was named the Chief Water Commissioner for the Anishinaabe Nation, a role previously held by her great-aunt, Josephine Mandevin. Josephine walked thousands of kilometers along the shores of the Great Lakes, carrying a copper pail of water and praying for its protection. Autumn carries on that legacy, walking in her aunt's footsteps with grace and determination. What makes Autumn remarkable is not just her age, but her message. She does not shout. She does not accuse. She speaks with clarity and compassion. Her voice is a reminder that water connects us all, no matter who we are or where we live. Despite being invited to speak on global stages, Autumn's activism remains grounded in community. She continues to visit First Nations, educate youth, and raise awareness about long-term boil water advisories in Canada. As of now, dozens of Indigenous communities still live without reliable access to safe drinking water. This is not just an environmental crisis, it's a human rights issue. Autumn once said, "One day, I will be an ancestor, and I want my descendants to know that I use my voice so that they can have a future." That line captures everything. Her activism is rooted in responsibility, love, and a deep understanding that we borrow this earth from future generations. Her story teaches us something powerful. Leadership does not come from age or fame. It comes from connection, from listening, and from speaking when it matters most. Autumn proves that even one person, one voice, can ripple outward and touch the world. If you are listening to this and wondering what you could do, you should start with awareness. Learn about the water systems in your community. Pay attention to where your water comes from. Ask why some communities are still waiting for basic infrastructure, for basic needs that everyone should have in the world. Then, share Autumn's story. Uplift Indigenous voices. Support Indigenous-led movements that are rooted in stewardship and truth. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Voice of the Water. May Autumn's message remind you that protecting water is not a political issue, it's a human issue, a spiritual one, and above all, a shared responsibility to make sure that everyone in the world gets their needs. Thank you once again for tuning into today's episode, and I wish you have a great day.